Hey, turn me up, turn me up. Yeah. Alright. I'm Jonah in the belly of the beast, nigga. I be damned if I die in these streets, nigga. Hands up for the money, we gon' reach, nigga. Jonah in the belly of the beast, nigga. Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yo, we are back. We are back. We are back. I said, yo, podcast, what up, what up, what up? Shout out to all the listeners out there. Shout out to everybody watching us. If you're live viewing this, man, shout out to you. Y'all so dope. Y'all so dope. Get him cold. Get him Cody. Get him Cody. Get him Cody. I want to know how y'all been doing, man. I really do. I really do. If you're in the comments, make sure you say something. Let us know how you doing. If you're watching us on Twitter, make sure you retweet. Shout out to Easy Money for the hat. Make money. Make money. I need y'all help. I need y'all to click the subscribe button, click the little bell, do all that stuff. Y'all know we always got to say that in the beginning. And share this stream. Episode 14. They said we couldn't have 17 episodes and we already have 4. Nah, they didn't say that. Don't y'all hate when people put stupid and outlandish things that people didn't think they could do and they say, oh yeah, they said I couldn't. No, nobody never said that. Okay? But I was one of those kids who had a teacher that told him he wasn't going to be SH double hockey stick. So I guess I'll fall in that cliche. Now, anyway, it's not about me. It's not about me. Last week or earlier this week or however y'all want to call it, if y'all got a chance to watch, man, we have 40 bars on the show. We have 40 bars on the show, man. She talked about so much. She talked about growing up, going to foster care, being in a space where she decided she wanted to get into rap. She talked about, I didn't know that she got her start on Grind Time. I always thought that like she got her start on Queen of the Ring. I always thought that. So y'all gotta check out that episode. It'll be dropping soon. It'll be on the pod, so make sure y'all follow us. Now, we got a really, really dope guest today. I say this every single time. I say, yo, we got a really dope guest today, right? That's because all we get is dope guests on the show. All right. This young lady is one of the dopest pens that we have in battle rap. Okay. One of the dopest. The very first time I heard her rap, it was like back in the day. Maybe I saw her rap before, but the first time I got to focus in, right? Remember back in the day, I hope y'all don't, because I'm not even this old. But remember how back in the day they used to have the crowd around the radio and listen, like, so we had this clubhouse group. The upstairs gang now, but we had this group where sometimes it'd be a battle and somebody had their phone and we'll just gather around and listen. Okay? Gather around. And I was ear hustling, listening, and Fendi was rapping. Man, and she had this airplane scheme that if she remembers it, I'm definitely gonna ask her to say it. But she's been on Queen of the Ring. She's been on Chrome 23. She's been on Midnight Madness. She's been on Smack. All that's left is what? RBE and King of the... Yo, y'all better call Finn. Y'all better call Finn. Y'all better call her. Anyway, without further ado, I want to bring my friend to the stage. The lovely, the super talented Fendi. What up, Fendo?
Hi.
What up?
That and also, Quest, how are you, first and foremost?
I'm doing good.
I have not battled for RBE. I've stood next to ARP.
Right, that's what I said. You hadn't been. I said you got RBE
I thought
and
you
King
said
of the
I
Dot.
Those the two. So y'all better get on your job. All right. How you feeling?
I'm fine. How are you, Quest?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. They
So,
already saying what's up to you in the comments. They say they going
hey, what's up? What's
crazy.
up?
Yeah. They say that's P here. Okay, okay, okay. King Row in the building. King Row show up every episode. Fendi, he always show that love. So we gonna have really dope time. So
That's fine.
all right. So how is NY right now? Is it cold? Is it y'all get some good
It's
weather?
uh, it's bipolar as fuck right now. So like the day that whatever that groundhog didn't see his shadow, it was real nice the day before that.
hmm
And now it's like 40-degree weather. We got the scarves back out today, at least today. Like it's just a cluster of shit. But we supposed to be
Okay.
getting that spring. So
Man, you know what I'm saying? If we could get through, we didn't have too crazy a weather here, like that I can complain about. We had a week of snow, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing like it
right.
used to be. You know, you wanna. I guess we gotta thank global warming if that's a real thing to thank. Like
It makes
it's
you
scary,
happy and scared at the same time because ain't no telling if we're gonna get snow in April one year just
man.
randomly.
Man, if it snow on my birthday, listen.
Man, on mine, I'm a May baby. I'm gonna
Oh
be pissed as
no,
hell.
man,
Like
man. What a what are your favorite things about New York?
about what?
New York. What are your favorite
Okay.
things?
24-hour. Like, okay, so since the pandemic, not everything is 24 hours, but like the bodegas open all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that.
Okay.
The access to multiple cultures just by going to a different borough or a different area. Um, I'm not without culture here of
Mm-hmm.
any kind. Um, and the food, dog, the food,
The
which
food.
I would say is culture too, but like I don't know, and like the fashion really, because this is like fashion, one of the fashion districts. To kind of
Okay.
see the variety of style, fashion, and shit like that is dope here too.
Okay. Dope. What's it like growing up? Like you're from Brooklyn, right?
Right.
BK all
Yep.
day. What they say? I,
BK all day, all day. Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn. Yeah. Okay. So I'm a '90s kid. So
okay.
like I'm probably the last of the generation uh that knows like the hard knock life type of shit where it was kind of grungy, it was cleaning up. Like gentrification fixed a lot of stuff up to a certain degree as far as look, but everything was still kind of like all over the place. Um, I'm a tomboy, so I'm rocking Iverson braids, basketball shorts, baggy clothes, and I just liked writing. So like New York, like the soundscapes of hip hop, like that's literally what I was raised on. So yeah,
Okay. In the household, like growing up, you got brothers, sisters. What's that like?
I'm the eldest out of one little brother.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay.
So
What?
that dynamic was different.
Okay.
I really wish it was the other way around sometimes.
What's big sister Fendi like?
Oh, to this day, still the same way. Don't play around my brother. Yeah, my little brother, like before Pokemon was a phenomenon. Now, like niggas
Yeah.
wasn't really fucking with Pokemon. Like, and he was the one running like this and shit. Like, um, so he had got the short end of what is popular now. So I always had to defend him, and I always love you too, Steffi. I always had to defend him. I was already rugged anyway. Um, so I was fucking niggas up regardless. And then if you fuck with my little brother, you definitely getting fucked up.
okay.
Um, he had the reputation of being Fendi's sister, which I do regret because I feel like I should have made him be a little bit more of himself.
Okay.
Um, but nah, like I held down the fort. I felt like I had to be the backbone
Okay.
because everybody around me kind of like was skittish. So
Okay.
I had to be the pit bull low key.
Okay. Did you know that in the moment, or did you look back and say, "Wow, that's what I was doing"?
A little bit of both. I feel like I was very self-aware at a very young age. Um, so I definitely probably peeped that so early where it was like, okay, like I put that hat on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself encompassing some of that attitude in the ring when you battle?
I really wish I did. I feel like when I got introduced to battle rap, it was more so after I had already been exposed to a form of expression that didn't require aggression.
Okay.
I was a poet first, so like there were a few poets that would yell and shit like that, but that wasn't necessarily my approach to it. Um, so maybe if I was presented with battle rap or the chance to battle rap more, because I did kind of like rap in the lunchrooms and shit. But if let's say Devo popped up near my junior high school and was like, "Yo, we looking for rappers," blah blah blah, I think there would have been a angrier Fendi for sure,
Okay.
like grittier for
Like high
sure.
school? Like high school Fendi?
High school, I kind of mellowed out because I had
Okay.
a job, I was out the house, like I
Mm.
was doing my own shit. Like there was nothing
So
really to
like
be angry about.
if he'd have pulled up in middle school and found Fendi in the lunchroom, he'd have found.
Yeah, it'd have
Okay.
been a whole different, yeah.
Yeah. What was happening in middle school that had you feeling that way?
A lot actually. Like I didn't really necessarily like my neighborhood. I wanted more for me, my little brother. Like my little brother was like my first kid almost.
Yeah.
So like, and then my mom, like I feel like the eldest daughter mom dynamic definitely played a huge role in that. So
Mm.
like, I had so many things to like be upset about,
Word. What's the age
and
difference between you and your brother?
like three.
Okay, okay. So it's like I'm big enough to baby you, but I'm also like we big you're old enough for us to have fun at a certain age too.
Right.
Like when you
Yeah.
hit 13 and 16, it's like man, like when you hit 14 and 17, I know how that go.
Yeah.
So you were already rapping while you were in high school. I mean, I'm sorry, while you were in middle school. When was the first time uh you just made some words rhyme? Let's start there cuz you said you were a poet before you
Uh,
were a battler.
I want to say sixth grade.
Okay.
Sixth grade. It was
What were you
me.
doing? Were you rhyming or were you doing poetry or were you rapping?
I felt like I was always writing poetry. Like
Mm,
I've always came across poetry books and shit like that. Um, but as far as like writing, like my first 16, that was definitely sixth, probably seventh grade.
okay.
It was cause I was hearing niggas rapping in the lunchroom. My homie Michael J. Um, I fuck like me and him. Like to this day, we still be rapping to each other and shit. But I forgot he was rapping. I was like, yo, I'm gonna rap too. So I went home after I did my homework and was
Mhm.
just writing shit down.
Okay.
Um, I do
Like
not
what?
remember it. Please do not ask me.
Nah, I just want to know what the subject matter was, not necessarily what
Uh,
were you rapping
I don't know.
about
I
when
was
you
young,
first
so I
started
probably
rapping.
was talking about like um. I also played basketball, so I probably was talking about crossing niggas.
Hey, somebody in the chat just said something about that too. They said they said can she hoop?
I used to once upon a time. I can't say now. It's like my threes are on point,
Okay.
but
So
don't
you
ask
say
me to do no footwork.
you was probably rapping about hooping or whatever the case is. So how did that progress? Like how did it mature over the years?
Uh, well, obviously, since I mentioned poetry a lot, like that's what kind of showed me the core skills of what I was actually doing,
Okay.
like with literary terms and shit like that. So I think that definitely played a huge part. Shout outs to Urban Word. They still actually have a program over there near Madison Square Garden where they also have like poetry slams. They get a chance to be a part of the nationals, touring city to city, going against other poets and shit. And
Hmm.
that kind of showed, like looking at it now, the parallel between that. Like it was already kind of preparing me for battle rap, low key. Having
Right.
to write a poem that goes against someone else's poem for
Right.
like shit like that. So Yeah.
Did you who got you into or what got you into poetry? Like or just into that? Like did it just pop up or were you inspired or influenced by something? Did you
It
see
was
something?
always around. My little brother's named after a poet, so it was always like words, reading, like that was my shit.
Word.
Like even if I wasn't a battle rapper, I was gonna be a writer of some sort. So um yeah, I just think that as far as the first thing that made me gravitate to poetry, probably like what's his name? I forgot this nigga's name. Oh, Saul Williams. He had this
Okay.
poem on Def Poetry Jam that was pretty dope.
Word.
And I was like, and then Audre Lorde, like authors, Toni Morrison, I felt like was writing her books in poetry form too. So
Okay.
like I was just always enamored by words. So
Okay. Okay. So when you got into high school, you said you were mellowed out a lot. What helped you mellow out a little bit between just middle school and high school?
writing and fighting,
Okay.
I was doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
Um,
What were you
and
writing
then
about?
like eventually I stopped fighting and did more writing, and
Okay.
then was around spaces where that was appreciated more. So that's when like Calm Fendi started to like journaling and writing what I
Mhm.
want from myself, like shit like that was what kind of kept me grounded
Okay.
for most of high school.
What were
Um,
what were you said like uh there were places and being surrounded by things that or whatever the environment
yeah, I
was
was
that
doing
was
open mics. I was going to like poetry workshops. There was this college that used to let high schoolers go in and listen in on um their little exhibits that they would have talking about like writing and poetry or Shakespeare and literature and theater. So
mhm.
I was venturing out doing stuff that kind of kept me creatively attuned instead of being like frustrated or angry.
Gotcha.
So like just traveling around the city, like
Okay.
even something as simple as going to um even like the prelims to one of those Nick Poetry Slams, I was going. Anytime I heard anything creative or whatever, I was there. So
Okay. Do you still write poetry now?
a little bit. I'm
Mhm.
way more better at haikus. I was shitty with haikus when I first found out about haikus.
Mhm.
Like now, low key, I feel like that's how we write. Like we write on the three, like we punch
Yeah.
on the three.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like yeah,
Okay.
like it's that's at most what I do now. But like I'm doing a lot more. I think I should start writing more poetry, but like I'm
Okay.
writing a whole bunch of other shit. I don't know if you're aware, but I've been doing like freestyles every week. So I've
Yeah.
literally been writing every week.
You've been
Every
going
week.
crazy with the freestyles.
Thank you.
We gotta definitely we gotta highlight that, man. If I show up right now, I probably get a copyright strike or something, you know.
How much am I supposed to? How much time do I have to put on my for my
What, the garlic bread?
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Okay.
My bad.
No, it ain't so bad. Tell me, just because I wanted to talk about the kids later, but uh, something that I always admire, just like is is how many dope parents there are in our culture. Now there may be some not so dope parents in our culture as well, but that's with everybody, right?
Right.
Uh, how important is it to you to have a good balance between your battle rap career and your family?
It's very important. It is very important. I do feel like when they were younger, because I have twins and
Hmm.
a 13-year-old, and when the twins were young, it was really difficult to kind of juggle writing and then tending to them. I feel like once they got older, there was a nice little balance, but then by then I didn't really even have the same energy for battle rap. Like
Hmm.
it made a major turn. So I was just like, nah, let me just focus on this.
Okay.
But yeah, like having to feed the kids, and then still write or make time to write. Like there was times like my sleeping pattern was ass. I think I had the worst cases in like insomnia like for a while
Okay.
because I just had to make time after they would sleep.
Yeah.
Like, and I was definitely adamant about making sure certain things were done before I even tend to writing. There was times where I was even stashing little mini notebooks around certain places. Like if I know I got a meal prep, fuck it, there's gonna be a notebook somewhere in one of them little drawers and stuff like that. So it was a doozy for real.
Okay. So while you're in high school, you're doing poetry. You're doing urban word. Anybody that want to check out, they got a website. Is urbanword.org. Y'all
Yep.
could. They got workshops and all that all around the city still to this day, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
They be pretty proud to just see the leaps and bounds. I'm sure. Uh, I hope there's some people still participating from when you went that could just see how far you've taken your craft. That'll be wonderful.
Actually, what the last event that I went to, I ran into someone who used to go to one of those workshops with me. Like now he's this avid battle rapper fan. Like I've seen
Oh wow.
him. He's seen me battle Seabree. It was a crazy freaking
Yeah.
surprise. I'm like, oh shit. So like I thought that was dope for sure.
Do you appreciate the recognition you get for your craft? Like,
Absolutely.
does it
I'm
does
always
it
humbled.
okay?
I'm always humbled. And it just makes me push to do more creatively. Like I've always been in love with words, so for people to love my words is even better. You know what I'm saying? It's so fulfilling.
Okay. So once you got, when did you like while you were in high school, like, and you were watching? I'm sorry, you were working on poetry, but you were rapping too. Uh, you were. When did you actually like get tuned into battle rap? Was that something that came later, or were you already
Way
into it coming
later,
up? Okay.
way later. Um, I want to say before I was even exposed to battle rap, I was recording with Dama Dozen for a little bit because we grew up together.
Okay.
Um, but that eventually stopped because what I got so hell bent on like working and shit. So I felt like there was a point where I wanted to be creative, but I had responsibilities. So I was like, fuck it. And this is like way before I even had kids. I can say I had kids fairly young, but like I was still about making money. Like and not anything to keep me out the house. Like
Yeah.
I was definitely so I did that for a while. I put writing to the side. I was still writing, but as far as going to the studio like consistently, because I was going to his crib every week, and I ran into him at a library like contest. It was like an open mic contest, and whoever win will get like this boom box. Right, mind you, this is like what 2000 something.
Yeah.
Um, and it was this fire ass fucking boombox. I think I at that time I was singing and rapping, so I sung something and then I made it to the finals. And I said, "Fuck, I'm a rap." And then that's when Dama Dozen had performed or what have you. And then we exchanged numbers, got consistent with working with each other or whatever. And then as soon as I was like, "Yo, I want to kind of just like work on making some bread," like we kind of cut ties.
Hmm.
Not really cut ties, but
Yeah.
shit happened. Um, and then from there, I was just like that literally was on pause for quite some time. Like I'm trying to
Okay.
remember, like I always was exposed to battle rap too, because like I think he put me on to the "You Just Mad Because I'm Styling on You" video. Like that was the
Okay.
first example of battle rap that I seen. I was like, damn, this shit get crazy.
Man,
Um
that's a wild first example, right? Right. That's that's the first example
oh
that
no,
everybody
no, the
seems to
worst
see.
example is when you really like fast forward to when I wanted to actually do battle rap or what have you. And my producer friend was like, "Oh, word," and typed up Miss Pac versus Couture. So that was an even worse example. Okay,
Okay.
like I
Jeez.
wasn't even scared. I was just like, yeah, but what if she deserved that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that
yeah,
time,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
aware of none of that. Like
Word.
so, yeah.
So you actually did a virtual cipher on Facebook that got you actually introduced to the actual world of battle rap, right? Brooklyn
Right.
Mic Club.
I was the only girl, from what they say, that was participating in it. It was like, it was during spring break, so I had the whole crib to myself. My kids were with family in Virginia, so I was bored.
Hmm.
And I don't even know who the fuck added me to that group. To this day, it's still a mystery. But I seen like the challenge was the last word someone else commented. Um, you had to start your bars with that. So I was like, oh, that gotta be easy. So I was reading first to kind of get the feel of what niggas was rapping about or typing or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is different.
We need the charger. A different charger.
Right here, go get it. Um, and like I guess it was like for 3 days or some shit, and then somebody finally hit me up, and they was like, yo, like we looking for female talent, blase blase. I'm like, okay, cool, I consider it. And the rest is history. It took me about a year after that encounter. Shout outs to Bulky, shout outs to Clock Season. They still around too.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like, and I battled Brooklyn's finest. I'm probably her age now when she battled me
Okay.
back in 2009, 8. No,
Who
no,
was
no, 11.
hosting that battle?
Oh, Bush Green. So that was the first time
Okay.
I ever encountered a Queen of the Ring rapper. I thought she was pretty dope.
Hmm.
It was fucking brick ass in Coney Island. I had to give her mad props for even popping out because it was cold as fuck that day. Like
Word.
it was cold,
So
and we rapped outside because the venue, like, we was dealing with CP time way before niggas would be like,
yeah.
okay, you know you got this venue till 10 o'clock. Niggas is pulling up at 8
Oh
to
man.
battle.
No,
So
no.
like I battled outside. It was fucking frigid cold. And at that time it was one round, unlimited. I'm young. I think I was like 21. I'm thinking, I bet I'm gonna write like 8, 10 minutes.
Right.
The person who did like edit the footage or whatever, they was like, yo, like, you know that train that was right above you? Like that train passed, like there was 3 trains that passed by, nigga. You was still rapping. I rapped for 18 fucking minutes. You can't pay me to
Dang.
write 18 minutes of fucking material today. Like at all. I was so hungry, so eager to be like, yo, like I write some fire shit. And that shit
Mm,
was just like insufferable on footage.
man.
Just for her to talk about some, oh, I'm gonna piss on you in your grave and da 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 da. It was just like,
So
it was terrible, absolutely terrible.
right after that battle though, you went right to Queen of the Ring later that year, right?
Uh,
You and Busy?
was that later on that year? I feel like that was probably a year after that. Cause at that time, like niggas wasn't really. I'm from the time where, like, if you didn't start at Queen of the Ring, a lot of places you wasn't really gonna get no battles.
Hmm.
So like, and then at that time, bitches was going getting sparring sessions and was backing out, wouldn't even be there. So a lot of the girls would be on the flyer, but there was hardly any footage. So
Mm.
like, there was this one bitch. I don't know if the real OG girls of battle rap. No, Bubbles was on every card. This bitch never showed up. I think she was on a few sparring session cards. This bitch never showed up for nothing. So like, back out culture was definitely a thing when I first started. Like bitches wasn't really trying to rap for real.
Okay.
So I think it took me about 2 times to be on a flyer for me to actually battle for Queen of the Ring,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. I think Busy and I battled because our opponents also backed out. So we wasn't even out,
Oh.
or like there was an uneven amount of girls there from jump because they had to pull our names out the hat.
Okay.
So off of rip, like we knew we was gonna have to battle each other.
Okay.
And she was from the same league as I too. Like we pulled up with the same people and all that.
Okay. And then you battled Nina.
Right. That was We Go Hard. Shout outs
Okay.
to Steve. We Go Hard. She Goes Hard.
Okay. 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 That was a collab. Was that a collab
Uh,
with
well,
Queen of
now
the
it's,
Ring?
She Goes Hard is now a whole collab
Yeah.
with We Go Hard. But at
Yeah.
that time,
Got you. Got you.
they, yeah, they
Okay.
were booking battles at that time too. That was for Halloween Havoc, one of their most like monumental cards to even be on.
Mhm.
Shout outs to Brooklyn Carter because he was the one that scouted me out to battle Nina.
Mhm.
I think that battle was booked around like in the summer. Shit happened around like December or so. Um, the twins made a special appearance. I was pregnant in that battle.
I didn't know.
I was
Okay.
fucking that was insane. That was an insane choice to make.
Man.
Um,
Now
but I was like,
if they'd have came out like I said, yo, you'd have been like, what can I say?
oh, but yeah, like that battle was fire. Shout outs to Nina,
Mhm.
another great writer too. Um,
What's your writing process early on? Like not even a process. I don't want to talk about the process. I want to talk about the feeling. Okay. You're just getting in your first few battles. I'm sure it's a different type of feeling or anxiety or something. Uh,
it was definitely a little bit of both. Cause what after busy, I was like, okay, like I want to do this, and this. Um, at that time, niggas was talking about my vocal projection. I have a soft voice. Um, so like projecting amongst a whole bunch of niggas, like that was new for me. Because it was so closed in, and like with poetry, at least there's an audience. Like they're outward, they're like a further
yeah,
away. You got a mic, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got
yeah,
no mic in this small ass room. Um, and we in these dance studios, so not much is echoing either. It's
yeah.
very, so that was a hindrance for a while. And then I was so nervy, like I was so excited that I fuck around and forget shit, which was fucking terrible on my part. But nerves, man, like that happened.
Hmm.
Um, with Nina, it was just more so because that was one round, so I definitely wasn't trying to write 18 fucking minutes, but I
Right,
definitely
right.
was trying to show, what I'm saying, that there was definitely levels at that time. Brooklyn Mic Club really wasn't seeing at odds with We Go Hard. So like this was like the beginning of the storyline where like Steams was battling the top nigga over pause, the one of the best niggas in my league, which was Cream at the time, and I
Hmm.
think that was like before me and Nina battled. So this was kind of like the build up. Okay, how many wins you got over here? How many wins we got over here? Um, so it was lit. Like that, like the process at that time, I was just like, I knew how I wanted to start,
Hmm.
and then from there I would build up. Like it didn't matter if it was one round or three. I was always trying to come up with some clever way to just ice break. Because a lot of people, as soon as when it's my turn, it's quiet as fuck. So
Yeah.
I would definitely try to take advantage of using that silence for these niggas to react to some fire shit. Because my intro with Nina, um, like I was like, oh, you Brooklyn Carter's boo trying to be a killer too, and then he was like, that's facts. I said, that's cool, but watch me change that. Play Bonnie and Clyde, and he'll get the whole nine in his wave cap. Niggas was like, oh, like it
Yeah.
erupted the whole fucking room, like, um. So I
How did
like writing shit like that. That kind of takes niggas like make them go, oh shit. So
how
that's always been my formula.
what happened the first time that happened? Like how did you react to that happening the very first time? And
I don't
what
think
was
I
going
ever
on
heard
in
my
your
heart
mind?
beat so fucking loud. Like I felt like it was like outside of my body. I was like, oh shit, like this is crazy.
Do you still
It was
get that feeling?
definitely a dope feeling. Like it's a hell of a rush.
Do you still get that feeling?
Not really.
Why do you think
No,
that is?
I don't know. I don't know. And then like sometimes I don't even be finished my bar, or I'll underestimate it. Like maybe that's not the bar that I want reaction from. And I'm like, yo, like you react
Yeah,
like
give me a
chill.
minute.
So I'll definitely deal with that before I get to my favorite part of my material.
Hmm.
Um, so like yeah, I definitely don't have that same drive or hunger like I did when I was younger with this
Okay.
shit. Not at all.
Okay. You think it's different now?
For sure. But I feel like battle rap has gone through different evolutions during different times. Like I was when I got introduced to battle rap, uh, like to actually actively do it.
Hmm.
A lot of Zay was fire, so there was a lot of like rooftop battles going on. Around that time, Daylight was battling for 250, and if he didn't have his 250, he was clapping shit up. Um, uh, Niggas was tippy toeing from back and forth to Canada to URL low key. Like there was a whole bunch of transitions where
Yeah.
even the writing was different after a while. The slow it down, I just dish you turned to break it downs or slow it downs or let me remix that or this, that, and the third. Like it was different chapters, that what you call it. So it's definitely changed entirely now where there's more of a commercial part to it
Yeah.
and more shenanigans for sure. But then now it's like the lens is on with the shenanigans. Niggas is recording it, screen recording it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. The veil is
yeah,
definitely the further back you pull the veil, I think the more like that we need that bit of fantasy. You know what I'm saying? We need
yeah,
that
facts.
mystery rather. It's like you know too much. You know what I'm saying? You see
Yeah,
too much. Like so I can understand that when you think about what it was like to prepare for opponents early on where maybe you didn't do a whole lot of research. You just found out what kind of rapper they were, and you just kind of went with that.
or you would get random inboxes about, yeah, I know that bitch. Da, 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 da. Like I
Yeah.
had a lot of that.
Hmm.
Um, some of them had footage. It may not have been the best, so it's always like a gamble. Like, okay, I have to beat my best in order to beat them.
Okay.
Uh, and a lot of these bitches was backing out, dog. So like, you was just sometimes you was just writing just to fucking write.
Who the,
Swear to God.
who's backed out that you remember from battles you were supposed to have? That's
Chrissy and
significant.
Bagucci.
Okay.
That was a tough experience. But she was also going through some shit. So
Hmm.
like, she was doing some crazy, crazy shit, and she obligated herself to some shit she knew she couldn't do. It had niggas waiting for her.
Oh
That
man.
shit was hilarious now I think about it because like young me was just really like not with anything. I was so upset. I think that video is still like on fucking YouTube. I mean like yelling at the camera like, yo, bitch, you live like 2 blocks down. Um, but yeah, like it was, and then like female battle rap has always been kind of on the back burner, so shit like that kind of made it easier for motherfuckers to be like, nah, we don't have to book these bitches. We don't have to book, or at least those bitches we don't have to book. We could
Mm.
book a certain amount, like Hustle, Jazz. I think Official at that time was on fucking fire. Uh, like they already had their popular picks.
Hmm.
So the other girl, like as far as the talent that we have now, as far as like having a whole wide fucking variety of girls, that was never a thing when I first started, like
Mm.
legit. So like that's a good change that I'm appreciative of even saying I can see in female battle rap for sure.
Yeah, you were definitely a part of that change. Like,
That's what's up, yeah,
yeah, like,
facts.
like
But I'm
when you.
even talking about aside from East Coast because I'm from New York, so a lot of people think because hip hop started here, so did battle rap, and then you have to. There's a different kind of reverence when
Okay.
you're a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you kind of even think like we only matter to New York niggas. Like nah,
Right.
we got Texas battle rappers, Florida, Midwest. Um, you know what I'm saying? So to even have women in those same coasts doing this shit is fire for sure.
Who's your favorite New York MCs? Top five.
Top five. Okay. Can I not mention Jay-Z only because it's like,
Okay,
but
we're
maybe
gonna
I'm gonna
put
have to because
we'll put Jay Z over here. I could say that have put out an album in the last 5 years and make it even more difficult.
okay, no, that's terrible.
Okay.
Um,
All right, so give me your top five MCs from New York.
top five MCs from New York. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna say Mob Deep because I fucks with Prodigy. Um, that could be like five. No particular order, matter of fact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I like Nas as a writer. Not I didn't like his production at the time, but as a writer, as a rapper, I appreciated it. Certain hits he had, I definitely appreciate. Um, who else? I Lil Kim for sure.
No
Um,
matter what people say, we
yo,
got
she
it
had
going
listen
on. She had bops.
bops. The music videos was always on point. Shout
Yeah,
out to
hair was
Hype.
killing it. The outfits was
The
crazy.
outfits, the swag, the charisma. Like I love that woman. She has no fucking idea.
Okay,
Um, Jadakiss
okay.
for sure. I'm
Hey,
gonna
I didn't know
say,
what Yonkers was until Jadakiss came around. Into the locks. Like I didn't know what.
listen, I live near Yonkers. I still don't know where Yonkers is.
All right. I just
It's
knew all the
like,
real ones came from Yonkers. All the real All right, so in the last one, number one spot.
uh, damn, New York rappers, New York rappers, New York rappers. I'm gonna say Big Pun. I fucked with his rhyme pockets
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Mob Deep, Big Pun. We got Mob Deep, Big Pun, Lil Kim. Man, that's a good list. You didn't use
It's
Jay.
like it's
You
cute.
didn't
It's
use
some light.
Big. Nobody was cliche. I
No,
like your
no, because
list.
like because when we talk about top fives, I feel like I've spoke like talked about so many top fives. When you start hearing the same names, it's like okay, nah, there's got to be more. Same thing how I feel with like Black History Month. You're not gonna fucking Martin Luther King me to death every fucking year.
Thurgood Marshall, me, Mary
Yeah, or Rosa Parks. You're not gonna keep doing that shit to me.
Yeah, give me
And I feel
something
like
else.
yeah, I could have even mentioned Fab because Summertime Shootout that was my shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Word.
But I also didn't want to mention him either. And to kind of mention Jadakiss is cliche too, but I honestly think he's underappreciated. I think he's just now getting the flowers he deserves since
That's fair.
the verses and all that.
Yeah.
But that nigga's been fired since forever.
Did you
Like
ever
to
run
me at
into it?
least.
Like, with you growing up in Brooklyn, did you ever run into rappers growing up? Like, just like out somewhere, or you see them at a mall or at a
Oh hell
bodega?
yeah. All right, so boom. Anybody who remembers how Fulton Street used to look like that before Barclays was even a mall, like going to J Street, Metro Tech to go to fucking Jimmy Jazz or Foot Locker and all that. That was where you went. And there was this one like popping ass record store. Remember DVDs and CDs and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, yeah.
So we had this shit called Pause, Beat Street.
Okay.
And like everybody and their mother, any CD release, you going straight there, or you going to Birdie's. Sometimes Birdie's didn't have it, so you had to go downtown Brooklyn. Boom. I went there and I seen Erica Badu and I want to say Common and Fab a few times circulating that area. Like Fab, of course, because Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Dang.
in that area, downtown Brooklyn, you was always subjected to see somebody.
Okay.
And those were like the three monumental people that I saw when I was young, and I was like, oh shit. Like, and I'm not really starstruck like
Yeah.
that. Like people, like celebrities to me are just regular fucking people.
Yeah.
But when I was young and I loved music, and like those were the niggas. So
Yeah. Was it inspiring to see him?
yeah, because I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing out here? Like, that was like way
Yeah.
before like now when you see motherfuckers walk through, it's because they obviously got paid. But this person
Yeah.
was like in here trying to buy something, like, and to kind of at that time too, a lot of establishments had pictures of them with the celebs that would frequent they spot. What up, Jay? Um, so that I thought that was dope.
Who did you who did you watch as far as women in battle rap as you like just got into it? Because obviously you had to see it before you got started.
Right.
Who were
Um,
you? Who were you into on the women's side? But then just in general, who were you into as far as battle rap?
I fucked with Hustle, um, Young Hustle, Norma Bates, Finger Wave Farah, um, Shayna Ashley, like, and she's one that actually got better with time. Like, shout outs to her.
Yeah.
Um, who else? Tori, Young Tori,
Mm-hmm.
um, Young 40. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was later on down the line. But as far as like when I first, it was definitely Hustle QB and Fit and Shayna and Norma and Fair Funeral and Matrimony too. Matrimony was fire.
Okay. Around let's say 2000, 2018, 17, 18. You did
17,
a
18.
let me see. You did a 2-on-2. Okay, you know I gotta talk to you about it. Didn't you do a 2-on-2? You and Torture?
Uh, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Versus Callie M and Ty White. That
yeah.
was Prism Battle League. Sarah Connor's league, specifically for the LGBTQ. She had some hitters. Callie M. Ty White was definitely one of them hitters, named as the hitters for sure. It was Dear Summer, um, Ryan Eastlake, which we all know now is Tomboy,
Hmm.
Kata Poet. I think J2 was even rapping for them at one point.
Word.
Like, yeah, it
Okay.
was it. Listen, them.
Shout out to Sarah for putting that together.
Yeah, shout outs to Sarah.
I
She
met
she
some
definitely
women
had an eye
from.
for talent. I think if yeah, for sure. I think she did CJ2 and everybody, Tez Love, all of them. Um Me and Torture, we go hard. So we
Mhm.
was like, nah, fuck out of here. We getting y'all niggas the fuck out of here. We don't give a fuck if you want to snap, do any of that
Yeah,
shit. We
yeah.
ready for all that. Um I thought that was fun. Uh I did it like a whole script. Like I had a whole science to shit. We started on paper. We literally, I don't even think we was around each other that much, but we
Okay,
was constantly like collaborating via text. I think this
okay.
is like way before we even had apps where you could kind of like share in real time and shit. So that
Yeah,
I thought that was dope that we was kind of like uh pinging in on ideas
yeah.
on the phone before that became a thing. Um, as you can see, I was like mad fat in that footage.
Hey, when you looked, I'm like, nah, that was you. I know that was you. Like, I know that was you. Do you do you see yourself if you were to do another 2-on-2, who would be your partner?
Mm, that's a good question. Uh, I want to do a 2-on-2 with J2 because I love his personality
Mm-hmm.
and um, I'm so like my flow is so smooth to be with somebody rowdy and that I
Yeah,
feel like to have polar opposites would definitely work.
yeah.
Um, as far as on the woman side, I have two.
Okay.
Um, I kind of want to see me and my verse do a 2-on-2. I don't know, cause like she's real hip hoppy,
She'll
and I
start
fucks with that.
break
Like my
dancing.
inner child, like yeah, like my inner self would really appreciate writing with her.
Okay.
Um, and Miami, cause Miami is just. I feel like she offers the same energy that J2 would.
Look who just
So
jumped into the chat.
Miami,
Is that the name of the
sophisticated
group?
violence.
Sophisticated violence is crazy. Hey,
Because
I
when
can
we
see
see
that.
them, it's violence, Miami. Violence. I'm going to
Man,
say it in a cordial way. You going to be with all the fuck shit, like, for sure.
you've been doing these freestyles and they've been shutting down the Twitter spaces, man. People been sharing them, thousands, tens of thousands of views. And how are you feeling the response and what moved you to get going with that?
So I started just off a whim because I was like, yo, like, how can I fall in love with, like, writing again, or like I took a little hiatus or whatever. Like I stopped. Like after the I did the reality show with Hitman Holla, I kind of
Mhm.
put that to the shit, like all to the side. I wasn't writing. I couldn't even write around at one point. It was very frustrating. Um, I I started with one little video where I was listening to Krung, which is some jazz band or what have you, and I was just like, I think I was folding clothes, I was coming up with some shit, and then I was like, yo, fuck it, like let me record it. It was just something so simple. You gotta think big, bitch. Like, and everybody
Yeah.
was fucking with it. So that kind of put up a spark where, okay, you know what, like if I just come up with that off of whim, like what else can I come up with? So I was like, fuck it, every week I'm gonna write a verse, record
Mhm.
it on camera, and I would pick a beat. Um, and like 4 freestyles later, everybody's like, "Yo, like you know." So I think it's dope. Uh, that something just random. I was like, "Fuck it, I got time,"
Yeah.
and
We
everybody is fucking with it.
yeah, we enjoy it. We enjoy it. Where can they find you? What's the Insta?
My Insta and my Twitter are the same. That's a Fendi. Um, DASSAFENDI. Um, so I'm posting them both on both Twitter and on my IG reels and shit. And the first video, I wasn't really expecting certain people to even be watching. And I think the first video was what kept me going. Cause I woke up to mad like responses. I posted it on Twitter, and then I was posted it on IG, and Math Hoffa fucked with the one on Instagram. Like seeing certain people like tapping in hustle, I think even fucked with a freestyle. I was like, oh shit, like I would have never thought Shotgun should. So like I don't know, like it definitely keeps the drive going. Like I
Yeah.
like it like eyes are on me, true, cool. But like certain eyes, I'm like, yo, like I would have never thought that you would even, you know what I'm saying, care to be like fire emojis under
Yeah.
my shit. So I think that's dope.
You've been doing so
And
dope
all
with
the
that.
love is appreciated for sure.
You've been doing so dope with that. Y'all make sure y'all follow Fendi if y'all watching right now. Y'all could just hold your phone up to the screen and you'll just click that. You'll be
Fact,
right
I've
on
been
our
loving
IG.
on.
All that
Shout outs to
goodness.
Chin. That's my I call him the fucking genius because that's what he is. Shout outs to him in the night school, Buzz, Canada, feel me. He actually produced one of the beats that I freestyled on.
Fire.
Um, to the point where now he and I are working on something together. Like I'm planning on dropping my first EP, which I'm very excited about. Just brainstorming on that shit alone is like so dope. Like mad
Yeah.
ideas. I'm filling pages of shit. Like, and he has like a whole 85 instrumental beat tape catalog that I'm like literally swimming through. Like I'm having so much fun. Um, so yeah, and it's also like keeping me like on my toes creatively, like, and
Yeah.
also making me fall in love with rap because you know rap's also changed too, right? Like it's not even the same pacing. Like niggas is on drill shit.
Yeah.
Niggas is talking about a lot more drugs than anything. Talking about they face itching, they need Benadryl. It's like whoa. Um, so yeah, I think it's dope.
You think we're gonna get a Fendi project this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm trying to drop it around my birthday.
Okay.
I feel like that. I achieved so many great things in May, where
Okay.
it's only right. I feel I signed my first lease to my own apartment in May. I became a mom. Like all my kids are born in May, so like May is
Mine
the
too.
month.
Mine too. Yeah.
So like yeah, May is a very monumental month for me every year. So I think it's only right that I drop it around my birthday week.
Okay. Okay. How did you get on We Go Hard?
Uh, the Nina battle and always kind of being like close in arms with them. Cause what when I battled Gwitty, that was when he moved to We Go Hard. Cause he and I was also a part of the same league. Um, and he pulled up to that battle with a We Go Hard T-shirt. so we kind of knew what time it was. And but like eventually when Brooklyn Mic Club started to teeter totter with certain things, then I already kind of built a rapport, like even with the Brooklyn Mic Club and We Go Hard shit going on, like I didn't even partake in that. I'm like, yo, like we all rap. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it. Like I was building connections with niggas like to now, even to this day. Like I feel like I've always been like the fam
Yeah.
of We Go Hard, like distant relative, even when I was Brooklyn Mic Club and they were still active. I was
Mhm.
always accepted, like shout outs to them. City, Steams, like the OG roster too, like Money, Cedar Bars, uh, Fabio, Brooklyn Zeus, Matador. Like it was always a vibe when I went over there and watched Wavy battle or Cakes battle or
Yeah.
like shit like that. So um when my league started to kind of dwindle down, I feel like it was kind of like I made that transition slowly and painless because it was like I already battled over there, you know what I'm saying, for one of their cards. Oh,
Congratulations, bro.
congratulations, bro. If your baby's gonna be a Taurus and she's a girl, she's gonna act like she's your mama. If it's a boy, he's gonna act like a grandpa or
Word.
just wild funny. So like Tauruses and Geminis are a joy to be around, to be honest. Mine are all Tauruses, so hopefully you have them before the 21st.
Word.
I can't speak for Geminis because I don't have no Gemini kids or nothing, but be a joy too, for real.
Yeah, see, I got a Gemini kid, so I can I
Oh,
can tell
okay.
you I can tell you about a Gemini kid and a Taurus kid. I got
Well, I'm
Taurus and
salty and sweet a little bit. Like I could be. It depends on the day, the energy and shit
word.
like that. But as far as Tauruses, like they're hella funny and wise and cute, and they too grown, too
Hmm.
grown. So congrats, bro. Good luck.
You had a busy 2022.
Did I?
Yeah, you battled. These are battles that dropped, and they dropped so close to one another. You battled Caution that dropped in February, and
Okay.
then on Valentine's Day, and then
Really?
yep, and then 10 days later, your Krista Renee battle dropped on Bullpen.
Oh, for bullpen, right? But that battle happened the year before, right? I feel like that happened a year before, and it took a while for them to
Okay,
drop that.
okay.
Um, what they did do was they debuted it on Caffeine.
Mm,
Um, Super Black hosted it while it was on there.
okay,
Um, but it took a while for them to drop the footage for
okay.
sure.
And after that drop, you versus Shuni drop from Midnight Madness. Now that happened the year prior. No, that didn't happen. That happened that same year. Or
Yeah, like
yeah,
January that
yeah.
was so then it dropped what? Oh, it dropped it
It
like
dropped
literally the
March.
next day.
It dropped like March 10th. Um,
Oh no, what you call it? Right.
Midnight Madness was one of the hypest just build ups for anything that I've seen in a while for battle rap.
No, that's a
Surf,
fact.
yeah, Surf put
Free to
on
wave.
his, yeah, Free to Wave. Surf put on his hat, his promo hat, and got something popping. It was a movie. Everybody came to see these battles. Myself, Marv, 40 Bars, Ness Lee was there. Papoose and Remy were there. Uh, Suge, Twerk,
Remy,
Remy. Uh,
Don Q was there.
yeah, like there were so many people there in this little bitty little bar, in this little bitty little space, and we were about to watch Shuni the rapper versus Fendi. Now, before we get into the battle, as your friend, we sanctioned off battle rap crews for this whole thing. They had, you had your GTA and all
The
this
cheat
stuff
code
and
and
cheat.
all that
Yeah,
facts.
we had these belts everybody was going up for and all this stuff. And I'm sitting and I'm like, Fendi's my friend. This is my friend. Like I'm Like, and I gotta wear this. Like, I'm not gonna be fake or whatever. But I also have to show this team camaraderie because this is what this whole thing is
Right.
about.
No, your stone face game was elite. Like
Yeah,
you and Marv definitely was just standing
yeah.
there. For,
And
for,
I and it was tough because like, yo, I rock with Shuni, I rock with Fair as well, and I just wanted to see a good battle and I wanted to see you do so well. And when you got up there and you're rapping and I'm hearing people, I'm hearing the kind of rap I love and you do the kind of rap I love. So I'm all in the crowd and I'm listening to people that hadn't heard you before. And they're like, "Yo, did she just say, yo, did what the fuck?" Like I'm seeing this and and a lot of MCs that rap the way you rap, they don't get a chance to hear what I'm hearing as I'm moving through the crowd. They don't get the yo, she is fucking bugging because you're in the middle of it and they don't want to say
right.
it too loud because they don't want to mess. They don't want to. They're really mimicking you, and I don't know if you noticed that. Like like we're mimicking you when you say something so crazy and we want to hear every single word. So we ain't about to go like when it get like not we ain't gonna mess this transition up,
Yeah,
man. Like but
yeah.
but you're the kind of rapper where you get the roar as well, you connect the punches well, but when you're in that pocket, I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want to miss something. And don't say nothing to me, bruh, cuz I'm listening cuz I don't want to feel dumb. I want to get every bar.
I want to feel dumb. It's
So
crazy.
So you and Shuni set off, and it's the total opposite. The loud barking, what have you, uh, but your poise and how you started your shit off, like you weren't playing, and you were so impressive. Like I saw Remy say, "Man, who the fuck is man this bitch?" Like I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, everything is happening the way it should happen in this space. What was it like walking into that environment?
So like quiet as kept. I think I told you. Did I ever tell you that I thought that the battle was supposed to happen on Spaces? So like Surf didn't know me from a hole in the wall.
Okay.
I don't even know how the hell my name even came up, but my name got. Oh no, I shared because he was like, "Yo, I'm trying to set up a female battle." So I sent him footage and I tagged him in it. So then he later on calls me, like
Mm-hmm.
later on down the week. That was already after they said Shuni was going to be my opponent. So I'm like, "Oh shit, okay, that's different." Um, there was flyers moving around talking about she's down to battle me, this, that, and the third. And I thought that was dope anyway, because Shuni don't really go out, she don't pop out for nobody
Mm-hmm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was an honor within itself. So I was like, okay, cool. So and this was when Surf was on fucking Spaces, like,
It was a
and
drought.
everybody named Mama was in them bitches. Like, shout outs to
Yeah,
Surf. Like,
man.
niggas was a whole space bum. Like, niggas would be on Spaces just to
All
hear this
day
man talk
long.
all fucking day. This nigga would be like, yeah, I'm on the beach, or he buying some shoes, and these niggas would just be like, yeah, so what are you doing, sir? Um, so I caught the end whiff of the shit, and he hits me up. He's like, yo, call me. He's like, yo, I was looking at your footage. I really fucks with you. Like, your pen is amazing. I want to work with you, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, cool. He goes, all right, so the battle's in Atlanta. I'm like, huh? Like, I immediately looked at my fucking phone, like, wait, whoa, excuse me? And I forgot who the fuck I was talking to. Like, this is Surf. So I didn't think there was going to be, like,
Right.
a whole, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was getting tattoos for this
Yeah.
shit just to get in the venue, like, half off or free or 10%
Yeah.
off. I forgot what the fuck the shit was.
Yeah. My man got that
But,
joint on his
like,
like a tattoo on his neck. Right.
yeah, like, it was
Crazy.
fucking crazy. So I was like, oh, shit. This shit live. All right. And then it immediately made me go into a whole different mode. Like I was like, all right, I definitely gotta like tap in. It wasn't like I wasn't taking it serious because it was like, but it's a whole different dynamic when you standing in front of Shuni versus having to rap to my phone because Shuni's on the other end of my phone.
Yeah.
So like that changed my whole perspective and shit. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I think I rewrote like 3, 4 times. I was like, yo, like, if I don't impress anybody else, let me at least impress you.
Word.
Because everybody is so familiar with Shuni. Shuni is like by far one of the best uh female battle rappers from like the OG roster. Like even when like, you know, she's even elevated the pen, she's elevated so many things. She's even gone viral for her memes alone on fucking Twitter. Like,
Right.
um, you know, so like that was different. And then even after the battle, she's giving me flowers, pointers, and all that. Like that was, I feel like that was what I was there for, that
Word.
experience. Not just to rap, but to kind of get the whole spectrum of being around somebody who's done this a little bit longer,
Yeah.
even on levels to where she even featured that same skill in a movie. You know what I'm saying? So she
Word.
even knows how to even cater to it on film. You know,
Yeah.
like that. I think that was really, really awesome to experience for sure. I don't
What
regret
happened?
it. And for Surf to even end the night saying that I was the best pen in the room, like
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset that I didn't even get a chance to tell him like I appreciate him saying that, because like at one point I felt like I had to do a little bit more than be a pen, and I felt like my pen wasn't appreciated. But to like literally, I remember him having a whole tantrum like, "Yo, she's fucking fire!" Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
like
Free the wave.
yeah, free the way.
I'ma tell him. I'ma tell him what you said next time I speak with him.
Oh
I'm gonna
man,
tell him
I would
exactly what you
appreciate that.
said. Yeah.
And I hope
Do
he's doing good. I know he's good.
yeah.
Fucking.
Um, Free the wave, straight up. Do you do you remember what happened? How
Oh,
you
what up,
got
Dollar Bill?
Dollar? What up, man? Dollar, get on the show, man. You know I rock with you, man. Holla at me. Um, Remy hollered at you at this event, right? Did you get in contact?
Mm-hmm.
Cause you were on Chrome 23 following this event. Was it what was that
It
like?
was
Like
like
what was
sometime
the
in June.
yeah, what was the conversation? Did she just stop you at the event? Did somebody else stop you? Like how that happen?
Uh, I was very nervous to even approach that woman. Not on some like, oh, I'm scared or nothing. It was just like, how do I approach? You know what I'm saying? Especially with what she was getting ready to do and all that. So I just immediately was like, hey, how did you like the battle? Because we was the only girls
Yeah,
battling that night. So that was a great way to kind of like, you know, break the ice. She was like, yo, you did great, so on and so forth. She was like, yo, take down my number. This is when she kind of put me on to what is now Chrome 23.
yeah,
She invited me to the first card. She's such a sweet woman.
mm-hmm.
Um, so like even hearing her say like, yo, like I feel like you was a little nervy, but like vocal projection, you're a very pretty girl. I like the swag. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I thought that was dope. Like from me listening to her on the radio, like that Annie up fucking verse,
Yeah,
like that was literally a staple in my crib. It still is to this
mm-hmm.
day.
Word,
Um, so like it was a full circle moment for sure.
word. You battle my favorite, one of my favorite battle rappers.
Jada? Jada Ray?
Nope.
Who?
Dang man, she don't even
Oh,
remember
Marv.
battling you, man. She don't even remember battling you. She like, man, who? Man, Marv.
I was in there like, I
She
got
like,
29 battles.
you know, she
Unfortunately.
like, man, who
So,
your favorite? Man, who? You know, I done battled. Man, I battled. We just talked about Shuni. Like, we talked about Gwitty already. um, you and Marv battled in New York.
right.
What was that like? What was that like? I'll never
That
battle
wasn't
Marv.
even supposed to be a battle for people to see.
It was like it was supposed to be just like, yo, we gonna get some bars off real quick. It was supposed to
Right.
be
Like, it was
something,
just a
yeah,
challenge because he wanted to be fucking Marv. Like, oh, I'll beat you. He talked shit. And I was
yeah.
like, oh, yeah? Okay, cool.
You wasn't
This
playing
was like fresh out of Hitman Hollis freaking
bags and
reality
bodies.
show shit. So
Yeah.
I was already conditioned to writing once a week.
When
Um,
when you since you mentioned bags and bodies, Right.
Right.
That's really battle rap boot camp, huh?
It was also a splash of foster home. It was a splash of prison. It was a splash of everything. Nigga. And then like, oh, it was like I don't not appreciate that experience. Shout out to him and Holla for even thinking I was worth being in that space. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that shit was hell though. Like to write, these niggas partied like it was nobody. Like I don't think I had a bit of silence unless it was like ass crack of fucking dawn, nigga. Like it was crazy. And at that time I was smoking, and then I was damn near chain smoking because the motherfuckers was stressing me the fuck out. That water, Atlanta, I will never live in Atlanta. I hated the water. It fucked up my skin. You see me now?
Yeah,
It took me forever to revert what the fuck that Atlanta water did to my skin. I was like so distraught.
man.
But it was dope to even deal like to be around niggas like Tay Rock, um, seeing Bad News and Yogi, Peanut, like being around niggas like that, Jay that guy, him being my 2-on-2 partner, or at least the universe keeping him around
Yeah,
me for some odd reason. Because I had to battle him, I had to battle with him. It was crazy. Um, and just like the exercises alone, I thought that was dope. Um, Even getting some wisdom from Hitman, who's been doing this shit for like 20 plus years. Like even watching him, like we was even going through his archives. This nigga had braids. I didn't even know that. Um like it was dope. It was hella fire. Um Even getting a little bit of like the Atlanta vibes was cool too.
yeah,
Um and having certain battlers even participate in the challenges. Um I thought that was fire too. Ill Will, Tay Rock, John, and even rapping amongst them too, because they got a chance to see me battle before I got in the crib. So
right.
to even impress them before I got in the crib was dope too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Shout out to Hitman just for putting that together. I went out there for season 2, and I judged and I participated in one of the things, and man, that stuff ain't no joke.
it's
You
not no
know?
joke. Like the first challenge, like I don't even think we was like inhaling Atlanta air for more than 8 hours, and this nigga is like, I bet. So we want you to pull a name out the hat, and whatever letter you get, you gotta rap about it, or you gotta write bars about it.
Yeah,
We gonna give you until I think the challenge started at 5:30. We had to be back in the living room by 7:30, eight
yeah,
o'clock. No, like 6:30, seven
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, ours was like when I got there, their thing was like an hour, and he ain't even like he ain't tell me about doing it. He like, yo, Quest, you can if you want. I'm like, and now I gotta do it because I said, I'm like, of course I'm if I want to. So I get the thing, but then I kind of chill, and so now like me, him, and Ace are talking for a long time, like most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And I look up and I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta write this 2 minute rap or whatever. So now I'm boom, 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 boom. I start typing, and he said, "Quest, you just go, man. Just jump up whenever you want to." I'm like, "All right, bet." And I'm just about to jump up. I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna just go first, get this out the way." And somebody went first, and they didn't read it. I was like, "Yo, you gotta know this shit too."
You gotta know the shit.
Like,
Yeah,
so
no
so
reading off the
now
phone.
so now I'm going last, obviously, because now I gotta learn it while everybody else doing their thing. So man, but shout out to Hitman, what he's doing and what he's continued to do to try to get back and pour into the culture is really really dope. Him conceited, clips, man, are always really really kind. My daughter loves Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
Growing up, she loved it. And once she got of age to actually go into 10-1, they made sure kind of made sure she could get there.
Nah,
So
that's
shout out to her.
fire. That's hella fire.
So since we talking about Hitman, I might as well ask you because you're from New York. I know you seen the back and forth between Hitman and Mook. Do you think Hitman and Mook would be a
No
battle
comment.
that? Okay, all right.
No
Well, we
comment.
gonna move
I
on.
don't even like. I don't even. Nope. Nope.
Okay, okay. Um, what are
I'm not
you?
a diehard Mook fan. That's why, like, I
Got
honestly
you.
don't even revere him as much as other niggas do. I kind of look at people kind of crazy. I understand why, but then it's like, alright,
Okay.
but this is Mook now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Got you.
so yeah. I feel
What are
like
you?
Hitman has the status to talk his shit though, for sure. I
Yeah.
feel like there you can count on your fingers how many battle rappers went commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he can talk from both realms, and like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mook has a following for sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah,
I just had to ask. I just thought, man, New York, Bass and Bodies, that'll put you, but I got it. You, what's going on? What's for the future, man? What we doing this year? I know you're working on your project, so we got that dropping. What else we got going on? Can we expect to see you battling this year?
maybe.
Okay. Y'all hear
Maybe.
that? That mean y'all gotta play y'all cards right. You know what that mean? If y'all want to hit me up, I just decided that I manage Fendi. We just started fielding offers. We starting off at $25 million per word.
Million. That's a good number for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Fendi, I love doing this show because we kind of lay all the BS to the side. Like we're able to just like chop it up, kick it. I do other little stuff where we have fun and we talk about whatever crap we want to talk about.
Right.
But doing these shows, I always want them to be something like if the fans want to tap into the person, right, and know more about the person, get to like kick it with the person, and I feel like we've had a really really dope opportunity to do that. Is it anything that you specifically want to talk about that maybe we didn't cover or maybe we didn't venture into?
I feel like we covered all bases, to be honest. I feel like we did. Yeah. Like
Okay.
we talked
So
about just about everything.
I got a really important question. Would you
Okay.
rather fight? See, she knew I was gonna say
Yep.
something.
Yep. Yep. I think I answered that question too.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. Uh, I'm about to start asking people, do they want a salt mama? Remember that
So,
question?
yeah. All right. So listen, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all up on game. Okay. I coined a phrase. If y'all don't know, man, me and Fendi are a part of the Notorious Upstairs collective, man. We all kind of start hanging out and communicating on that Clubhouse at its height, and now that Clubhouse is almost not a thing for many people unless you whack 100. Um, we just go in there and just talk to each other. We don't share the room. We don't try to get
We
fans to
don't have no
join.
scheduled. What you call it? They just
Nah,
nope. It's just us.
everybody's a moderator. Don't ask us where we at. Like is everybody's a moderator, so it's no hierarchy. Like
Right.
like we just get in the room and we have really really dope conversations that we should start having. We should pick a day to have us a broadcasted topic
Oh,
filled
no, that'd be
conversation.
fire. That'd be dope.
But Fendi has in that time we've all become really, really a tight knit crew that look out for one another, that actually give a damn about one another. We done had friends givings, all type of stuff, man.
Lit.
We lit, and I want people to be able to jump on here and say, "Yo, man, I want to know what's up with Fendi, man. I want to know like how she got started, and they got a place to go." So I appreciate you for joining. We're gonna put our information on the screen just so y'all can see it one more time before y'all get out of here. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my girl Fendi. I just got her IG, but all of them the same. So
Yep,
make
that's a
sure.
Fendi.
Yep.
DASSA Fendi. FENDI. On Twitter, I'm talking about plants a little bit of battle, like definitely battle rap and a whole bunch of other extra shit. And on IG, I'm just dropping my raps. By the end of this year, hopefully, I have 2 or 3 EPs.
Oh
Um,
snap! Tell us
yeah,
about
that's
those.
on my vision board. Like it's
Okay.
gonna be definitely more freestyles. I'm definitely tapping into other spectrums of media. Like I'm trying to write a screenplay or at least finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I started picking up on that during the pandemic. I have an opportunity to be in a show, which I think is dope.
That's gonna be
Um,
fire.
yeah, like the script reading, like the table reading is sometime soon. Definitely some people in there that y'all fucks with is gonna be in there, so look out for that. Um,
Yo, you're an
Definitely just
avid writer.
more
Yeah.
me. Yeah, more
Yeah.
me. That's it. Just writing, and you'll see me behind the lens and in front. So
Yeah, if y'all don't know, like me and Fendi break down movies. Fendi did this really, really dope podcast where they watched the movie and they kind of broke it down. Y'all broke down Menace to Society in a way that I had never really even looked at it. Um,
right, which I thought
as
was dope too. Like shout outs to what was his name? Or
Dave Velo Stewart.
Dave. Yep,
Yeah. Hey,
yep, yep, yep.
the most latest freestyle you put on Twitter, was that a beat that Chin made? Was that an original beat?
No, that one was Shaq and Kobe. That's something that Meek and Rick Ross rapped on.
Okay. What
But the
about the
first
one?
one,
What about the one the New Moon? Who this? The one you got pinned?
that is another artist. I came across like her instrumental album, Addie Oasis. She's like this bass player,
Okay.
um, and a lot of her stuff kind of had a hip hop feel to it, or a little like neo soulish, and I had came up with something. It was like 57 seconds. That particular one. The
Okay.
first one was Chin Beats,
Which one
and
was
he
that?
has where I'm wearing the yellow sweater, like
Okay.
the very very first one, and
Okay.
it has like a snippet of talking about like pawns.
All right. Well, you know what? Since that's an original, you know what we gonna do? You know what we gonna do? We about to. Let me see. You see, we got the stuff around here. You feel me? All right, hold on, hold on. You ain't know we could do it like this around here. That I said, yo,
I'm crying. You see the
podcast.
monkey?
Yeah, y'all ain't know we could do that around here. Hold on, let me just get this going. Let me get this going. Let me get this going. I hope y'all hear it. I hope y'all hear it. All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on with Fendo.
Shout outs to Demp. She the one that made that hoodie.
Word.
Shit's so fire.
Night C4, the pawn structure is atypical. That is what we're seeing.
Look, don't consider me pawn. Oh, that echo is crazy, Quest. Promise not to
No,
fall
no,
off
we got it.
you
We
if
got
not
it. We
at
got
all.
it. We
Gotta
got it. We
get
got
on
it.
my
We got it.
side,
We
best
got it. We
moves.
got
They
it. We
be
got it.
mine, cause
Hold
the
on.
looks stay
Hold
shook when you
on.
check
Hold
me.
on. Hold on. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We gonna figure it out. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, cause we
Pull
gonna
up
play
selector.
this before we get up out of here, and I know how to fix it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. What they say?
Wait. You know I'm a Detroit native now. Why you ain't doing that one? Where I'm rapping
I
on
ain't know
Detroit.
if it was original. I ain't know. I
I,
ain't
I I think
know.
it is. Will P. Peoples made it.
Oh, the one with the Scully on, right? You got
Oh
this.
no, that one is Princess. Shout outs to her.
What you
That was
got?
her shit. Never lost me. That
What
was a
you wearing
challenge.
on
You
the
talking about
one
the one
on
where
the
I had
Detroit
the
joint?
the
Oh, I know what it is.
that
It's
one's the
the
one
white
where I had
shirt,
the jersey, the Minnesota, what you call it,
the
Andover's.
jersey,
Yeah, it's black, white, and yellow.
black, white, and yellow. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one I was playing, wasn't it?
No, that the one
Ah,
that you was about to play was all yellow.
yeah. I can't even find that one. Hold on. Let's grab. Let's get on the screen. Let's go to the screen. Bang. Here we go. Help me. Help me. Help me. Am I going too far?
Oh, where is it?
I think I went too far. Let me
Yeah,
go
you
back
went way
this
too
way.
far.
Let me go back this way.
Is it? Did I post it up there?
Is it this
Oh,
one?
there you go.
Right
Yep,
here?
right there.
All right, cool. All right, let's see what we got. Tell me if it's the echo.
Look, I'm not even from Detroit. Watch this shit. Look. Hey, bitch, I'm from Big K. We do shit in a big way. From Braymo down to Fort Greene. Just know that big moves bring big haters and big shade. As long as they talking, give a fuck what a bitch say. Boss up. Make change, it don't cost much. You see the hair, skin, nails all flossed up. Gotta be ready for the close-up. Had the toughest G around me. Bet he gon' soft up. Watch he keep a hard on. Hey, shorty on his call log. Waistline on his jawbone. And if you ain't getting money, get the dial tone. I want the kingdom, the crown, and the whole throne. Did my life a no-ho. Fuck what you think, shorty. I'm blessed if I sneeze a blink, but you don't hear me, no. I'm rocking boats, better flow to sink. Money trucks, my baby on the brink. The break, the bang, no way around it. 50s, 100s, they gon' stay counted. And it don't matter who my nigga, he don't play about me. And these panties are pretty too, so just eat around them. You like the front, just to be around them. Look, I pull a card on a joker, no spades. I've been on my own wave since the 5th grade.
Oh, you doing the blade too?
Getting paid, now I'm doing the blade.
Hey, now I'm doing the blade. She doing
I had
the
so
blade.
much fun recording that shit. You have no fucking idea. I swear to God. All right, so when I found out, because I like New York is known for dancers too. Like we get light over here and all that. Like,
Yeah.
and that blade shit, that shit would have got crazy over here in the East Coast, nigga. We would have did back crazy shit to that.
Yeah. Man, they loving that. They say, Marvin. Shout out to Marv One. He say, Sada baby would be proud. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you, Fendi. Thank you so much for joining the show,
Likewise.
hanging with us. We got to have you come back when we just kicking it on a topic.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Word. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you very, very soon.
Thank you. Again, that's a Fendi. Every week I'm gonna be dropping speakeasies. That's what I call them, weekly speakeasies. So just keep a lookout for that. And everything else, I'm gonna be around. But thank you, Quest, again for me being here.
No problem. We appreciate you. Y'all, man, Fendi was in the building, man. She shut it down for us, man. We even found the freestyle. We got to play at the end of the whole hookup. So we appreciate her on that. Man, we got so many dope things coming up. We got another show coming up. Our next show, we got Mac Myron in the building. We got a few other dope guests lined up. Make sure y'all go online. Go to my new Instagram, which is quest.mccody. I'm still trying to get my old one back, but until then, go to quest.mccody. Make sure y'all get online, follow the movement. I said, yo, podcast. We got interviews with Murder Mook, Miss Miami, Mickey Fax, DNA, 40 Bars, Fair Funeral, T-Top. We got Real Deal coming up. We already got Real Sick. We got Tony Blanco. We got Loso coming up. We got so many dope things coming up. I want to say thank you to everybody that's out there, man. I wanted to kick it with y'all. I might log back in after this and just kick it with y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We out. I said, yo, podcast. And that's it, baby. Yeah. Hey, turn me up. Yeah. All right. I'm chillin' in the belly of the beast, nigga. I be damned if I die